Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. What you search, you already are it. You have just to be vigilant not to fall into the bondage of your own idea how it has to show up. Because of all those words, bliss, unconditional love, knowledge, you see it forms a concept. So you expect at least to live that. It's a golden carrot given, which is never reached, but it has its necessity for a while, till that also disappears as a mirage, to leave you by yourself. That's it. Mm-hmm.
I need to continue from.
Ooh! It's the ultimate chapter, I hope.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, let's see. I think I have two topics in my mind. Okay, so you told me about the get active. Okay, I understand this is advice for life, but I bring it here because it has some relation to this subject here.
Go on.
Because as you know, in my earlier life, my studies, my activities were always motivated and initiated by the search for the essential.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I didn't invent somehow anything. It just, I was somehow just put to work, and then my mind started to work. And then this exhausted me, and I also realized that the truth is not found this way.
Mm-hmm.
And also this initiative energy, which makes me to act somehow, is not there.
Mm-hmm.
And of course I like to, if I can, I help people, and right now I have this opera to write, but there is absolutely no meaning like there was to it before. I'm strictly professional and basically tired about the whole thing, basically.
Yeah.
And now referring also to what you just said, that like if there is some wish or idea, I have some idea that okay, something just without me inventing just comes up somehow that I need to be doing. You know, that I have to take action, and without that I wouldn't like to invent something. This is my idea.
So let it come. Don't think. Let it come then. If you think, it will again be as you wish or as you hope or as you know. Don't think. Things come up.
Yeah. So this also, exactly. So then I don't get active. I don't get active in that way now, because it's
okay. Don't insist. I mean, I said that to you. I don't mean maybe what you think. It's okay. We forget about these actions. Do whatever you like, and don't think too much.
Yeah, this is what this is what I'm doing or not doing. Trusting that whatever needs to be done, it will be there.
For that, don't think.
I go on. Okay, I got you.
If it is important, go on.
Yeah, where you just got me is I also know and see that all these troubles are mind-based, and I can also I just stop it and there is no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, that's true.
And also I see that really, truly and throughoutly, to say that there is no reality in the world and its functions, and no reality in me and my functions as a person, to say that there is no, absolutely no, or to really feel that there is no reality there, somehow I'm not there.
Because nobody can feel it. It will not be an object of feeling. So don't think.
Yeah, but still, when I speak with some Sangha people or something, I'm just hearing also that there is that there is more wisdom somehow. I get too overwhelmed by the world and myself, or there is some interest.
So stop, don't think.
Okay. Always just this.
Yes. Yeah.
Hi Ganga.
Hi.
About concepts, I saw the concept coming again in my life, and it was gluing on me my whole life. It's something like a caretaker of others, and I involve myself again and again. I know it's a concept, I see it also, but sometimes when I see another person is suffering or it feels not good, then it comes automatically, and sometimes I involve myself too much then in the story of others, the story from this person, relationship, whatever, and I see only solutions to help, but I see also the arrogance in it, and I was working many times with it.
Okay.
Because I see this bullshit in it also, but it's coming really out of childhood. It's, it's really like so near that I think
Yeah.
it's me then in this moment.
Yeah, sure. There is nothing wrong to help, but you can help without the pride, it's true. And for that, you help, and you can ask, but who is the helper? Will you find anybody in reality? And then go on. I believe some people help. Help without the doer. You know, it looks strange to say, but I think you understand the meaning of it. But it's not an obligation.
But then it comes automatically in this moment to ask it, right? Because it's really, I'm then suddenly see it on and I'm in this position of.
Yeah, but you see it.
Yeah, but
see it.
like not immediately.
Whenever you see
Okay.
it. Whenever. This time, doesn't have a root.
So I start
Yes.
somewhere, and it is all the effort that I need for understand the teachings, and in the same time I don't find any more any mental concept to what I could hold on to.
Yeah.
And also this continues in and out
Yeah.
from different experiences like
Yeah.
attachment, detachment,
Yeah.
this and the opposite, emptiness and the opposite.
Yeah.
And I also heard that I am the seer, but what does it mean really to surrender?
To surrender is just to admit or to just see that the mind is the mind. It's nothing else than a passing appearance. That's it. So you are there where there is no changes. That's why you can see those things. Mm. So are you still searching for what you are?
Sometimes I see it clearly that the mind is
Yeah, passing
just
by.
passing by, and then I forget.
Yes, yes.
And then I again, okay, it was the mind.
Yes, and every time, from where do you see that? Every time when you stop and see, oh, that was the mind, where are you? What is that? That's the seer, no? So it's part of the changes. Sometimes there is somebody fully identified and sometimes not. It's part of the changes. What more do you want to realize? Unless you have an idea that in time you should always be a witness. But that's an idea, huh? You agree?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So which other idea could be there? Hmm? Maybe you don't care anymore. If this idea goes, you see, then there is nothing to do. Nothing to transform. It's the way it appears. I'm not that. I've seen it. Once is enough. Maybe 1,000 times is enough. Who cares? Hmm? So what's left? Huh? What's left?
Okay, because sometimes I think I should feel differently and
You should
feel differently.
Well, that is a personal
Yes.
preference. Huh? But okay, that is maybe your object of in this life, but it has nothing to do with the real search. You agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. We all have our little things in this life, you see. Sure. But it doesn't mean that it affects what you really saw or realized. It's a personal life. Now, if you add some beliefs in this, that I should transform, then only it will be more obvious to me that I am myself. That's wrong. But just we always want to be a bit better or more something in the personal life. It doesn't matter. It will not change much. Hmm? Is it clear?
Yes.
Good. Then what comes to you now?
Nothing. Because I heard it already before, just I still I could not drop it that I should feel differently. But
Okay. That's why if a person cannot be enlightened, that's sure, a person is limited. It's in time. So that person will always have likings or dislikings in time. When you don't go into thinking or feelings or whatever appears, That's what one was really searching, in fact. And that cannot be described. There is nobody there even trying or willing to describe. But it allows you to see this whole thing, to tell what you say. What more do you want to know?
Nothing.
Nothing. It's a big relief. You don't need to know more. You're relieved or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, only to complete it for me now. When I asked this question, it feels like that it was gluing on me, and with this question, who was helping or whatever, it's not mine anymore. Then it's not mine. Is it like this? When I asked,
Don't go further, because
okay.
otherwise you don't get the answer of your question.
Yeah, okay. But it was gone.
So
No, okay.
any answer will give you a platform to stay. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So what you were just speaking with her,
Yeah.
it's very clear.
Yeah.
And but what comes up at this point is
It spoils.
what comes up at this point is the idea that, or understanding that this is whatever this is not yet the final thing.
Says the mind.
Also, you said that.
Says the mind. I did speak of final thing.
Yeah.
When? Today?
Not today, but before. Like what happened when Papaji died in UK.
don't see the link, but anyway, the mind will always present more beyond. He will always comment something, because for the mind, the best he can own and try to recuperate is there is nothing there. And that is totally too less for a mind. You see? So, from there, where you are very clear, you see, don't allow yourself for a while to catch another thought. This makes it or a glimpse or a realization, you see. As if there will be an exceptional thought that you can follow because it speaks about that, or it suggests you something beyond. It's a thought. So don't be bound to your thoughts. There for a while, even though you are a seeker for the beyond or for the prior or for whatever it is said in the mind, you see, dare to discard those thoughts. Then self reveals itself, or it becomes obvious, not to make it too mystical with revelations. It becomes itself obvious. Do you follow? Yeah, that too you follow. And so?
It seems that thought is like the thing that is pulling me here, or pulling maybe.
Yeah, probably. Yes, you don't need to follow that thought. You are welcome. You can enjoy wherever you are, and here included. But let nothing bind you. No thought has to bind you. Is it clear?
Yeah.
You're lucky.
The mind wants to have a conclusion. Some kind of conflict.
The mind. That's what I say. Don't jump on your mind. Be wise now. True. Don't jump on your mind. He will try the best he can to catch you back.
Like to adopt the belief that this is it, or the opposite belief that this is not it.
Don't go there. One speaks of freedom because it is freed from the mind, freed to be tyrannized, freed from the bondage of the mind. Otherwise, what else it means, you know? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Be wise. Just for a while. Just be wise as you are. Don't give anything to the mind. It presents itself, doesn't matter, but I mean, you know, I believe you understand what I mean. Don't catch it as significant. No thought is significant. You can take it?
Yeah.
Great. Nice you came. Who is next? the bed. Mm.
It seems the mind's winning. Like such like agitation.
Who sees that?
I know you say this to me.
Tell me just now. Who sees that? Is there agitation where this question leads you? Is there any agitation?
When you ask me that question, I can't help whatever, but the mind is just jumping to find an answer. The mind is
Yeah, but you know that it's a habit of the mind, so don't go there. Don't go there while you ask the question. Mind is very agitated. Okay, we agree. And that will be a good bone to try to pass the village, means the mind, offering so many things, with at least one pointed thought. Who am I? Who is agitated? And don't give an answer, otherwise the bone goes out and you will go somewhere. You have the bone in the mouth. It's like the blackbird and the cheese. You know that story? The fox tells, "Oh, beautiful bird you are, oh la la, oh la la," because he wanted the cheese that the bird had in his beak. And finally the bird became so proud and, I'm so thankful to you. And the cheese goes out and the fox gets it. And so, yeah, it was linked to that. Don't get the cheese on the way.
Okay, I know I go into a story here, but what I see happening is we have an exchange.
Yeah.
Usually I cry.
Before also.
Before also.
Yeah.
And then perhaps there is some clarity in some way.
Yeah.
And then that goes for whatever reason, maybe some inquiry happens, or
Yeah.
perhaps I take the wrong direction. But I just seeing there's this.
You make it a vicious circle in a way, yeah.
Vicious circle.
But you see it. Now I ask you, do you prefer the experience or the real thing? Because you see, with platforms or even with seeing the vicious circle, you get experiences.
I would say I'm not enjoying the experiences.
Yeah, but maybe as a bad habit you are experience addicted. So as a bad habit, somehow you are still fascinated, let it be good or bad. Good or, yeah, bad.
Yeah, you could say that the promise of satsang is an alternative in some way. Yeah, the promise of satsang is that, so you could say I'm tyrannized by the mind.
Yeah.
And what's promised here in some way is an alternative to that.
Yeah, alternative means not to be tyrannized. Yeah. Yeah. Right. If there is a hope in satsang, there is a bit of hope there. Because you see, it's all about from where all those things appear and disappear. In the end, one can clearly see that there is only kind of, don't make a concept, but we can say peace, and peace brings some joy, you see, if you are not tyrannized by the mind. And that is not something you have to search, it's already there. So, what to do with one who strongly believe, or even if he doesn't want to believe, but is troubled by a very active mind? One has to find tricks. There are not so many good tools, and yet there are a few. And it's all about don't listen to your mind. But if you have the mind very active, it looks a bit impossible. So one gives a thought, a bone, a wood in the trunk of that animal, because it takes himself for an animal also. It's on 2 feet, but still an animal. To be able not to go to habits, even if it is for a while. Short while is enough. You don't go to the habit of your platforms, your usual platforms, okay? Which shows you a very active mind, because there's so many. So you have to bite one. You have to bite one with determination, that at least with this one, you are bound only to one platform. Okay? And don't worry, the extraordinary uniqueness of the thought, who am I? You see, it is subjective, so it will be like a salt, a grain of salt, which is still remaining. It will melt into the water by itself. But you have to keep it alone. So,
so that's the platform I should land on, in a way, this who am I?
It's better you keep this, you see, whatever happens, and don't judge whatever happens. Don't fall into pity or compassion or judgment. No, whatever happens, ask, who is feeling that? And you see, you are it, so you will have no answer. But since it's not your fact as you think, you just, for a while, show your mind that you don't want the rest. It may help. And you will have experiences of different kind. Okay, you have them, but it's not it. So you must be consistent, perseverant. Or be smashed so that you wake up. That was a soft way what I gave.
Yeah, I feel I've tried that. But
Then go and be smashed by somebody I know. Where do you go now in your mind? Instead of you don't
Yeah,
need.
the mind, I say, so as you say, it seems something needs to be smashed.
Well, if there is nothing, I'm very happy, but prove me then. I agree with you. In reality, what is there to be smashed? It was just a mad dream. But then what? You are in the dream or not now? Because if you say what is there to be smashed, you must be out of the dream then. It's done without your knowing it. Mm.
I ask you to smash it.
It will be out of my way. But it will be by surprise. And I just now don't expect it because it has to be. It will take care, don't worry. Then for that I have one condition. Don't live on expecting anything. Otherwise you cannot be taken by surprise.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh. No, it's not needed.
No, I'm in the mind, I have to say.
Yeah, but that's right. You can stop then. You are in the mind. Don't stop. It's not by going and digging in the mind that you will have any result of anything. Stop, stop. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Much better. Yeah, in all languages. Go on. Yes.
To whom do you say though? To whom?
Oh shit! Don't go in your mind now. To whom? It's not the place here to ask. You can go and run if you like.
This swearing is good.
You want it?
I just wanted to tell you it's so clear what you told for her. Means I find I was totally bound by a concept how I have to be, this person how has to behave here or
Be careful now. Yeah, okay. So that's gone.
Yes, it's gone.
What's left? Don't jump on another concept now.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, yesterday I want to tell you. Yesterday I was sitting taking breakfast, and this acid is suddenly made me so much laugh, and it's like it was so amazing, and I was just for 1 hour I was laughing and crying, laughing. Food in the mouth, tea, completely, totally manic.
Mm-hmm. And today?
This is just an experience, I know.
Yes, but does it went or not? Or did it
The
went?
experience when
Yeah.
comes and goes.
And
That
from
is
where
not
you got the
who I am.
experience?
This is not who I am.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Good, very good. Hmm. So is there something more to be done?
heard you say today, any answer leads to a platform.
Yeah.
And that somehow hits me. I don't need to decide an answer.
It's not even a question of need. If you want to be freed from the mind, don't stop at the answer.
This is it.
Because it's always the mind who gives answers. Sometimes it gives its an answer through senses, sometimes through feelings, sometimes through ideas. Still the mind. All these are expressions of you just have to know what is the mind. The rest that you cannot know, it's what you are. That's it. Make it simple and be free, naturally. Enough.
Hello, Ganga.
Hello.
Last week when I came, obviously I'm very new to Satsang,
Yeah.
and I spoke about that when I've been watching videos before coming here,
Yeah.
somehow I can relate somehow to it, more or less everything that everybody asks, and it's questions I didn't even know I wanted to answer, to ask.
Yeah.
And you were giving me answers I didn't even know I wanted.
Yeah.
It's difficult to express it, but I think it was Wednesday, somebody mentioned fear came up.
Yeah.
This is as one of my friends says is my speciality. I've spent most of my life in fear, extreme fear, dealing with it in every way I could possibly find. Again, which has kind of gone side by side with my search.
Yeah.
And another friend actually mentioned to me that a good way is to basically put the fear in front of you, and once it's in front of you, you can somehow deal with this. I felt that I had been doing this, but now I'm questioning whether I have. Can you help that in any way for this?
Yes, it's quite a good way. I remember I was fearful from my... there was one professor at the university which was terribly horrible, especially with young women. And I was a student, so somebody said, when you pass your exams, you just see him in a slip.
Yeah.
You remove his clothes. And then I had to laugh, and I did it. But you see, they are good tricks, and if they work, you will have to repeat. So you are somehow also bound by the trick. But if it works for you, it's okay. If your life became better. Now there is a radical trick, but that will touch not only fear, it will touch all the reality of this world. I don't know if you want that.
I just want the nothing that I have experienced.
Yes.
Recently.
So, as I said, we are always busy with the object. And what about the subject? Who is this subject? He lives only on objects. And then he's bound by whatever objects bring with them. Who is this subject? Who is this I? Do you see any fear while you ask this question?
Sorry?
Do you see any fear while you ask this question?
Well, no, because
No.
things have changed for me just recently.
Yeah, okay.
Again, I don't
Then don't deal with fear.
yeah.
If things have changed, maybe it's just gone.
It seems to have, I don't know whether you remember, when I spoke last, I said to you that I reached that place of just complete exhaustion,
Yeah.
and then that led to complete surrender. And again, it's like you say that there is no way to explain it, but I'm reaching moments, sometimes split seconds, then other moments of it's kind of a numbness. It's just nothing. It's beautiful.
Okay, then be there.
Yeah.
You are there,
Yeah.
you see. And sometimes, in time, it is veiled by something, but it is in time.
Yeah.
What is not approachable by the mind, that's why you say you cannot describe, then nothing is there, it's what you are. So just love it more than whatever happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
And things will happen anyway, you know
Yeah.
what to say.
I think I've spent so much of my life attaching to other pain and suffering.
Yeah, sure.
To detract from
But you
my
said
own
you
pain.
surrender now.
Yeah.
So don't go back to your
Yeah,
past.
no.
Don't carry that. Don't carry your past.
It's still there, but it
Don't
comes now to
carry.
close.
Don't
Yeah.
carry it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
Be freed from that. You close the bag, but don't carry the bag.
Or could you explain it that sometimes you maybe open the bag but you don't take it out?
I think you will not like it. By habit, you may just go, oh no.
Yeah, exactly. this actually feels exactly like where I am at the moment.
But that I am very happy for you.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you.
Even it's only in India it's possible, but yet I have to say, when a child was born, you know what he said? Unless of screaming at his mom, he said, "Oh, not again." So do that. Thank you.